Good morning, guys. Jess here to talk to you about your Road Warriors programming for today. So, today is Sunday. We are in week 2 of our second cycle here. Today is going to be a longer distance piece, which I'll talk about in just a second. But first, let's get into our warm up. So, we're going to start with those same ankle mobility movements that we've been seeing all week. So first it's going to be a forward reach. So I'll show you from the side here. I'm going to come on to, say, my left foot, lifting up my right leg. I'm going to keep my left heel down as I reach, bend my left knee, reach my right foot forward, and then back to center. So I'm reaching forward. My knee can travel forward. Actually, this way is a little bit better. My knee can travel forward a bit here, but the goal is to keep my heel flat, trying to increase or decrease the angle between your shin and your foot. So trying to get that a little bit closer. So just get a little bit of movement there. So 5 on one side, and then you'll switch and do 5 on the other. From there, once you're done with those forward reaches, we're going to take it laterally. So again, if my left foot is the working leg, so that is fully planted, heel is down. My right foot is going to shift out to the side and then back. So shifting out and back. If you're losing your balance, you can definitely tap that foot out to maybe get a little bit deeper. And then coming back to standing, I'll do 5 on one side and then switch and do 5 on the other, right? So again, from the side, heel stays flat. I let my knee bend. It can travel forward a little bit as I reach out, but I don't want that heel to pop up. So I'm not shooting my knee way forward too far beyond my toes. It's just coming a little bit forward there. So we're doing 5 laterally. And then finally, we're going to do 5 curtsy style. So again, left foot is the working leg. I'm going to bring my right foot up, kind of curtsy behind me, and then come back to center. So again, the heel stays flat from the front here. Foot is flat, right foot is up. It sweeps behind me. It can tap and then come back up to standing. So 5 times through, forward, laterally, and back. When we're done with that, our warm up, we're going to begin with, or we're going to do 3 sets total of a 200-meter run. So 200-meter run, about the length, just shy of the length of a block, east to west here in Park Slope. So about 200-meter run. And then we're doing 5 forearm to instep with a rotation. So I will take a step forward, bring one hand down just to help support. My other elbow is going to come in towards my instep. If I want to get a little bit deeper, if I'm a little bit tighter, I can let that left knee, that knee drop down, come into the instep, and then rotate out with knee still on the floor. Or I might even just straighten out that back knee, right? So we're doing 5 of those on one side. When you're done there, let's take it right into a runner's stretch here. So the knee will come down. I can shift forward, and then I'm going to sink back, pointing my toe up towards my face, maybe even passing through a little side-to-side windshield wiper, and then I can shift forward to come off tension, and then shift back, again, maybe a little windshield wiper, side to side, back and forth. You'll go 5 times through on that. I'm calling that just a dynamic runner's stretch if you're looking at it on the whiteboard or on the blog. So 5 and 5 of those on each side. And then we're going to do 5 each of the single leg calf shifts. We did these last week as well. So with this, I'm just looking to come to a tall plank position. Single leg, so again, if my left leg is my working leg, I'm going to bring my right foot up on top, and then I'm just going to shift forward and back. Holding for a count in the back, I'm really trying to drive my heel back behind me. So you should definitely feel a stretch to the calf here. Shift forward to come off tension, and then come back, right? So forward and back. Even though, your arms are there to help stabilize, make sure you guys aren't collapsing and or letting your shoulders come up to your ears. So try to think of mature plank position, pushing the floor or the ground away from you as you're in that. All right. So for the warm up again, we've got 3 rounds of a 200-meter run, 5 each forearm to instep with a rotation, 5 of the dynamic runner stretches is what I was calling those. And then we've got 5 each single leg calf shifts. So that's your warm up. When you're done with that, you should be pretty warm. We're going to get into our running work for today. So we've got just a longer piece, a certain time frame. We're going for 30 minutes today. Your goal is just to get out and run for 30 minutes with a goal of having it be a steady pace. So not like trying to, crush the first 5 minutes, then slow down, and then crush the last 5 minutes. Try to pick a sustainable pace throughout with the caveat that we are doing nasal breathing. And most of you guys, hopefully, you're being good New Yorkers and you're practicing your social distancing for one, but you're also wearing some protective face gear. As a runner, I know if you've been out there, and even just as a pedestrian, I'm sure you've encountered the situations where you turn a corner and then somebody's right there, whether it's a runner, maybe a bicyclist, whatever. So be smart out there, guys. Protect yourselves so that we can help protect each other as well. I think that's the bigger thing that we sometimes forget. It's not just about us, it's about the other folks too. So be smart out there. But back to your running work. 30 minutes, running work, steady pace. Just set a timer. When it goes off, you're done. See how far you get and keep track of it so that if you were to see 30 minutes again in the future, your goal might be to run a little bit further the next time. If maybe you're kind of sick of running and you were one of the few that were able to borrow an erg from the gym, or you happen to have an erg or a bike or something else available to you, instead you wanted to pick a different monostructural movement, you wanted to jump rope for 30 minutes, dear God, your calves might regret you for that later, but feel free to choose another jumping jacks for 30 minutes. Feel free to choose another monostructural thing to do instead too. But the goal today is just 30 minutes of moving at a sustained pace. Nasal breathing only, and if you're outside, even if you're biking, right? Biking's a good option. Make sure you're wearing a mask. To cool down, you're going to do a 3 to 5 minute walk to cool down, and then we're going to do accumulating. I like to say accumulating 10 minutes. If you've got more time, then definitely get into it, but at least 10 minutes, starting with the little seated hurdler stretch. So you're bringing one leg in, other leg is out. I encourage you guys to flex your toe here. Make sure you guys can see me. Flex your toe in towards you. And then from here, you can kind of twist, turn your body, and then reach towards that toe. Depending on how tight you are, you might have to grab just below the knee, the calf. If you're feeling good, maybe you grab the toes here. Just kind of pulling yourself into a stretch, but only as far as you're comfortable is. Your body will tell you. Don't overstretch here, just feel it out. So accumulating each leg there, each side. From then, we'll take it into a down dog, into couch stretch first. So from there, find one knee comes down, other knee comes forward. If you're really tight through the hips, you might have to stay nice and low here, but try to squeeze your butt to get your hip fully extended. If you're feeling good, then maybe you're going to come up here. Again, try to squeeze your butt. Make sure your abs are on so you're not just dumping out here through the midline. Abs on, squeeze your glutes, and hold. If this is more aggressive, too aggressive for you, you can definitely do something similar just by bringing that knee down or moving your knee further away from that implement. So you'll accumulate some time on each side. I strongly encourage you guys at least 90 seconds each side on that, up to 2 minutes there. Then we'll take it into a down dog calf march. So we'll go from a down dog position, piking your hips up, and then alternating heels back and forth. At this point, if you are outside, you can definitely keep your shoes on. If you made your way back indoors and are doing mobility inside, I encourage you guys to take off your shoes, especially for this last stretch, which is going to, instead of focusing on the calf now, we're going to focus on the shin. So sometimes with long distance running, and for many of us, running 30 minutes straight is considered long distance running, you might start to feel some tightness and tension through the shins. So great stretch for that is from a kneeling position. For one, you can tuck your toes under and just kind of sink back first. That'll get a little bit more into your calf there. But then I want you guys to flip your toes down, come to the top of your feet, and just sink back here, right? So even just alternating back and forth between those two positions where your toes are tucked under, you sink back, shifting forward, come to the tops of your feet, sink back, right? That gives them a little bit of love on your shins, especially if you've ever experienced shin splints, might feel a little bit good to do that. So that's your work for today, Sunday. Happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there, the moms, stepmoms, dog, cat moms, aunts, all that sort of thing, any motherly figure, dads who act like moms. Wait, they got their own day, right? Anyway, happy Mother's Day to all you guys out there. And I will see you guys next week. Oh, and maybe if you did it early, your bonus can be taking AR class at 10 a.m. See you guys there. Have a good one.